Swing it, Daddy.
Las Vegas, a city where people come to gamble away their savings, make terrible decisions, and wake up next to someone they don't remember marrying. But this weekend, something far more important was happening. Because while the tourists were busy losing their dignity at the blackjack tables, the real action was here, at the 2025 One Show, where the most outrageous, over-engineered, and downright spectacular custom motorcycles were on display for all to see. If you've never been to the One Show, think of it like Fashion Week, but for people who smell like motor oil and really don't care about dress codes. It's a place where artistry meets horsepower, and while you'll find bikes so beautiful that they belong in a museum, you'll also see others that probably shouldn't exist at all. So buckle up, because we're about to take you on a journey through the weird, the wonderful, and downright insane world of the One Show 2025. Alright guys, hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's your bud Steve Sleepy, and we just got back from the One Show out there in Las Vegas. Went to the AIM show first, then a couple days later we went to the One Show. What is the One Show, you ask? It is a custom motorcycle show that originated in Portland, and this year they brought it to Vegas. Now, Phil and the guys went a couple years ago and they said, man, the West Coast bikes have a different flavor. You gotta go when you get a chance. So this year was the year and we went out. And we were not disappointed. They have everything from cafe racers through baggers to choppers, and pretty much everything was represented from something kind of silly all the way up to insane amount of work. I can't even imagine how many hours some of these bikes had in them. So overall, the show lived up to its name. A lot of the fabricators there were unbelievable, turning metal into just beautiful pieces of artwork that apparently you can still ride. All right, so let's go to the show. So here you're gonna see me talking and you're not gonna hear anything. That's because I didn't realize how much of the music was coming back. All night long they were blasting music, as they should. I'm not mad at these guys. It was a great atmosphere for the show, but when you're trying to record video and do anything, I couldn't post any of the stuff I talked about because of copyright strikes. But this will give you a general layout of the show and show you how they mix and mingle everything, and it makes the whole experience really fun. All right, the first category we're going to look at is the first category that I think about when I think of custom motorcycles, and that's the choppers. And these things did not disappoint. You had bobbers and choppers and ridiculously long choppers and silly choppers and period correct choppers and modern choppers and restored choppers. And let's just go take a look at them because it was awesome. All right, so another aspect of the motorcycle community that's been growing leaps and bounds. I mean, we've seen it even in the AMA Superbike, they brought in the baggers. So baggers are everywhere. You had to expect to see them here, and once again, they didn't disappoint. Everything from insanely custom painted baggers to kind of road dog looking baggers, but they had pretty much everything. So let's check out the baggers because they did not disappoint. All right, the next thing we're looking at are cafe racers. These were cool in the 90s. Everybody probably had one. I built 3 or 4 of them back in the day. A few RD350s, maybe a Gixxer 750 cafe racer way back. Actually, more of a street fighter, actually, the Gixxer. But they kind of lost favor after a while because way too many Craigslist mechanics were just taking hacksaws to everything and just making them look terrible. In fact, a lot of great vintage bikes were hacked up by guys that should never have been allowed to touch any type of a saw. But none of those guys were here. Every single cafe racer that was here was a work of art. You could tell that a lot of hours went into them. They kept it to the rules. They made them look right. Well, let's just take a look at them because they were really cool. So out of all the bikes at the show, there wasn't one that I felt didn't deserve to be there. They were all amazing. But I have some weird ideas in my head and stuff, and so these are the 4 bikes that kind of appealed to me. When I walked past them, I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Some of them are not even the kind of style of bike I like, but I'm just more or less appreciating the work and the effort that went into them. So let's take a look at my 4 favorite bikes. First up, as soon as you walk into the building, this motorcycle was sitting there, and you could not walk past it. If you like the style, if you don't, doesn't matter. Look at the amount of work that went into that. The entire motorcycle is constructed of twisted flat bar steel, and it even is inside and recessed in the bodywork. The seat, the exhaust, everything about this bike has been touched, massaged, handmade. I mean, when you look at it, you know that just hours and hours have gone into it. Just look at the exhaust. Each hand-cut, TIG-welded piece is how they created it. And each weld is brilliant. So again, it's something you're not going to see every day. I don't even know if it's rideable or how comfortable it would be to ride, but pure manufacturing, this is sick. The guys put a lot of effort, and I can't imagine how many hours went into it. Next up, we have Cott, who brought 3 motorcycles and known for their cafe racers, but this time they brought a bobber as well, and this bobber to me is perfect. Again, it's probably not the most comfortable bike to go for a 500-mile ride, but if you're heading out to the bike show, man, would I be proud to ride that thing. It is just perfect in my opinion. This next guy at first glance is just a cool looking cafe racer with a lot of metal work done, little BMW action, brick bike. But look closer, brick bikes have 4 cylinders. I'm counting 5 pipes, and then they come back into 4. Yeah, that's right, this dude built an Escher staircase type joke into his exhaust system that he handmade out of 59 million parts. So that alone, I talked to the guy and I had to tell him, like, dude, that was amazing. And then finally, this thing. This is a Honda Cafe Racer that almost stumped Johnny Mac, the Honda Whisperer, on what it was. But he ended up getting it, and man, the amount of work in that bike too, unbelievable. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our coverage from the One Show in Las Vegas 2025. To all the organizers, security, and everybody that worked the show, thank you so much for a wonderful weekend. You guys did great. You kept the place safe without being intrusive, etc., etc. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If I have the opportunity, I will definitely be coming back to that show. To all of you guys, hey, if that was entertaining, please throw a subscribe down there and a like. Really appreciate it. It motivates us and gets us excited to keep doing this stuff. And remember, if it works, it ain't dumb. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up, so we'll see you on the next one.